today is my wedding day, and I cannot wait.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimm. There's really not enough positivity and love going on right now, so you know what? We're about to watch two cringe lords get married today. That's right, this is probably going to be more unpleasant than not, but Usman and Lisa from 90 Day Fiancé are ready to officially move into the next stage, and keep watching to see if they can actually pull this off, since they can't seem to agree on anything. But without further ado, let's just see how they're doing.
Why are you doing this? Because listen, man, it's like you act like you don't want to get married to me. Do you know what your marriage proposal the day before the wedding?
Yep, not even past the first clip, and they are already having to have a discussion about whether or not they can even get married in the first place. Like I said, these two seem to just fight non-stop and cannot find common ground on any topic, so I have no idea why either of them thinks that this marriage will work out for longer than, like, I don't know, 6 months. I'm not being pessimistic either. Like, these two are less compatible than Ed and Rose were, and that's saying something. It's been clear this whole time that Usman just wants that green card, and Lisa is just a thirsty old woman that wants someone to do everything for her. And I mean, regardless, it just sounds like she's gonna coerce him into proposing today, and I bet this is just gonna go great.
If we have that kind of agreement, we need to make sure that we discuss to each other, we have to tolerate each other. That is when we can propose.
Yep, their marriage is tomorrow, and Usman is still not properly proposed. I know this is going to be different than how it would obviously be in America, since they're having to try to find this balance between both of their cultures, but this really does seem a little bit rushed to me. He's literally saying to her, we have to tolerate each other if we want to get married. Like, dude, you do hear the words coming out of your own mouth right now, correct? I mean, how could you even consider marrying someone that you simply have to tolerate? That's really not a word you should use to describe someone that you want to be around or married to. It's almost as if they're 100 fights a day are not already a big enough red flag for this guy. I just don't get why he's going through with this.
Usman, I think he's done.
Come outside and let's check it here.
It's not in here.
Alright, so I just gotta pause this right now because that was just pure gold. You cannot write better television than this. Like, the casting department at TLC really does need a raise for this past year. They've been knocking it out of the park with the people they've been choosing to follow on this show, and Lisa just gets done barking orders and crying to Usman about how she can't find a hairbrush after using the bathroom, and he is around the corner doing his best impression of an American marriage proposal that he can possibly do. Not really the best timing, but it's endearing at least, I will give him that. I mean, Lisa started to laugh as soon as she saw it, and it sounded like I was kickstarting my grandpa's 1989 Honda 4Trax in the dead of winter. Hopefully one day, when I propose to my girlfriend, I can do as good as Usman did here. I mean, the location and timing was just perfect for this, and I really think he knows how to spoil a woman. He's just totally not going through the motions right now so that Lisa stays happy and he stays on the path to his green card, right?
I've never proposed to anybody, but I've seen it done in movies. So hopefully I believe I'm doing it right.
So Lisa is of course totally moved by her post-poop proposal that just happened. I mean, who wouldn't be? She has a bit of an emotional moment in the hallway afterwards, and it honestly just makes me a bit more bummed about the situation when I think about, you know, past the funniness and the cringiness of this show. These are real humans, and knowing they will of course not work out is kind of a bummer, even though we're seeing that they're about to get married. Since filming, there's been stuff going down, and the timeline of those events and how they went down is kind of hazy to me, but there has actually been some massive scandals going on between these two post-filming, and it has not been pretty. So I can make a video on that, and I most likely will in the future, because it is very interesting and you guys should be in the loop. But for now, let's just appreciate this beautiful moment that we just shared with these two. May we hopefully forget it exists soon so that we don't have to ever relive it.
Wake up. Today, we're getting married.
Wow, it's the day of, and everyone is just so hyped, and by everyone, I mean Lisa and only Lisa. You can kind of see she woke him up sort of abruptly, and he forgot he was playing this husband role for a second. You know, he was a little bit tired still, and you can actually see him get mad at her for breathing all up in his face as soon as he woke up. Maybe her breath smelled, I don't know. All that is clear to me right now is that this should not be happening, and I hope something can like fall out of the sky, or some major thing happens that makes them have to reschedule this marriage so they have more time to think it out and cancel it. I'm all for people getting married if they're happy, but these two just are not in it for the right reasons at all. And his family hates this woman's guts, as you're about to see, so it's really not a good situation.
Him and I talked about it, and we're not going to throw away just because we had an argument or two.
Or 4, or 20, or 100. Yeah, about 100 fights, but just because you two can't find common ground on any topic whatsoever doesn't mean you shouldn't not get married, right? I mean, this was definitely a good look for her to be talking down to him and yelling at him for the smallest stuff the entire time she has been around his family, and I'm sure they really appreciated seeing them have a big battle the night before they were supposed to get married. I really do feel so bad for his family. I'm sure they could see right through this and understand why he's doing it, and to me it's just such a disappointment to his family family. Like, he's throwing them all to the wayside just to get his chance at coming to America, and they really don't want to see him commit to this unhappiness for possibly the rest of his life, which is what he's about to do. I wish we could just shake this guy and wake him up and cancel this thing already. I mean, there's still time, my dude. You got this.
My God.
So they pull up to the wedding, and again, it's not what you might expect for a traditional American wedding. Things are a bit different. But last time I checked, no matter where it is, the guests are supposed to show at least the most slight excitement for this occasion. It's so clear just how tense and angry everyone is right now, because this is actually going through, it's actually happening. The bride and groom just walked in, and nobody can even look them in the eyes right now. His entire family is about to watch him take the biggest L of his life, and nothing they can say will stop it. It's kind of a dark premise if you really look at the grand scheme of things. And I mean, it is funny to see this train wreck happen, but again, it is really sad when you think of the family and how they just had to go through this when they really didn't want to. I'm sure they could care less about this show too, but now their son's grand mistake is forever cemented in pop culture history, and people like me are reporting on it, and it's just never going to go away. And I feel very bad for them being dragged through this.
Lisa had a big blow up in front of my brothers. So I am very, very worried. They don't support this wedding.
You know what's truly terrible is that if any of Usman's family were to step up and do the right thing here, in my opinion, and stop this abomination of a wedding, he would then see them as the bad guys since they ruined his chance at coming to America. But it's not like they don't want you to be happy, dude. They don't care if you want to marry someone and go to America. That's cool, but at least find someone that you can appreciate and love, and not some old lady that bosses you around and wheezes in your face all day. I mean, really, that's how little he cares about his own family's emotions. Like, he's just fully committing to this, even though he's aware it will make them all unhappy. I just hope that one of his brothers do say something before it's too late, but I honestly doubt they will. Ultimately, they know this relationship is just gonna be happening, and he's gonna be dumb and do this no matter what. There's no point in trying to squash it because, I mean, it's just not gonna happen.
I really hope my brothers don't say anything but to try to stop our wedding.
It's one of those times where you truly just have to let your friend or family member go and hope that they see the error of their ways one day and they can come back home. I'm sure when he's officially moved to America and living with her, he will understand just how badly he's messed up. An existence with this woman is truly his worst nightmare, yet he's able to lie to himself about that since the allure of coming to a new country is just so grand to him. Yo guys, before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works.
Let me welcome everyone to this wonderful occasion. So now, the couple will be on their feet.
So they start going through the vows, and I think this is truly the crux of the journey right here, where everyone involved is now realizing the true severity of the situation. This mother is probably not going to see her son all that much, if ever again, if he really does move to America, and he will never truly be happy, and she knows that. Nor will Lisa, since she will just drive him away with her demanding and angry nature, and she will be left heartbroken as well. I mean, it's kind of weird how the vibe here is so wrong for a wedding too, and it's very telling of how this relationship is gonna go. It almost feels like they're all at a funeral right now with how sad everyone here is.
To be my lovely wedded husband.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Amen.
So they finish things up, and even the clap at the end is bad. There's like 2 people clapping in the audience for these people that just got married, and neither of them are his family members, I believe. You could cut the tension in the room right now.
Okay.
It's just filled the entire place, and I really do not envy the filmers for this show. Again, I think they need a slight raise. You know, that had to be such an awkward thing to have to be in the middle of. You have this entire family that probably can't stand your presence at all, since you are partly the reason they are about to lose their son to this evil woman they have never met and probably will never see again.
Last night, I saw them getting problem. So I'm not happy with the marriage.
So they even end off this episode with a rare talking head shot of Usman's father, who really hasn't talked much whenever they show him, so the fact that he did just talk shows you a lot. And he definitely does not approve of this marriage, since like I said, he has seen just about every time he's around these two that they are fighting about something, and he truly knows just how miserable his son will be, even if he goes overseas to live with Lisa.
Dinner dress.
Then we'll go for the reception. Eating. Celebration.
Yes. Yes, with the family and your crazy friends.
Yes.
So that's it. It looks like Usman really sealed his fate, at least for the time being. There's always the chance he can end things when she goes back home tomorrow, which I think is probably going to happen, but we don't know since TLC hasn't uploaded the new parts yet. I just know there was a lot of drama that happened after the show, which again, I might make a video on. This was an interesting ride, and I can't help but wonder if he would really have done this if the cameras weren't around, you know? I gotta applaud him for his acting skills once again, because I could not pretend to be around Lisa and like her for more than 5 seconds. But let me know if you guys would want to see more on the outside part of this show and what happened between these two. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.